Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and today I want to share with you one of my biggest secrets to time management and really to understanding how to better manage your time, and that is my clothespin currency. So stay tuned to learn what that is and how it can help you. Meanwhile, make sure you take a second, give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell, and subscribe so you don't miss any more organizing videos coming your way. You've probably heard a lot of different time management advice. You've probably watched a lot of videos, maybe even read books, blog posts on how to better manage your time. But if you're anything like me, even after all of that, often you're still left feeling frustrated and wondering why you can't seem to get a handle on getting more done and managing your time. And if you look at it comparatively, which I would encourage you not to do, but I know we all do it anyway, it gets even more frustrating. So how is it that somebody with 10 kids who homeschools them and works full time and is president of the PTA and runs their own little business on the side manages to do it all and looks nice, but yet me over here, who's a stay-at-home mom with just 2 kids running one little business, can't seem to get it together? Well, there is a reason. And this clothespin currency also explains one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to time management advice, and that is the advice that we all have 24 hours in a day. Now, that is objectively, of course, true. From the beginning of time, as far as I know, everyone has had 24-hour days, and there is no magic way to literally give yourself more time. But it is not true that we all have the same resources or same energy, and that's where the clothespin currency comes in. So instead of thinking about how much literal time you have, I want you to think about how much energy you have. Not time, but energy. And when I say energy, I don't even necessarily mean just physical energy, like you can get up, get out of bed, move around, be physically energetic. I mean mental energy. What is required of you from your mind just to carry out your daily activities. We all have a finite amount of space to hold our mental energy. And so think of this jar as everyone gets the same jar, and we fill it with clothespins. So think of these as like an hour in your day. This is like one measure of your mental energy. And here is what happens. So you have a house to deal with. There's a lot of things that come up with that. That takes a clothespin. And then let's say you have a chronic health condition. That takes a clothespin. There's a lot of things going on. But let's say your chronic health condition is really painful and you're in some pain most days. That's going to take more mental energy for you to do anything you're doing. So that takes another one. And let's say you're really in a lot of pain. That's going to take probably 2 or 3 more. And then let's say that you have a couple kids. You've got to make sure that they are fed and have clean clothes and all their basic needs are met. That's going to take another clothespin. But let's say one of them has extra special needs or something's going on with them right now where they just have need extra attention, and you've got to really use your mind to think about, how am I going to take care of them? That's another one. And let's say you're making a big decision. Should I quit my job and go find another one, or should I stick with my job? I mean, that can take 2 or 3 clothespins because that is a big decision. And let's say that you have just started a new school year and you're implementing new routines. So those take a lot of mental energy to make sure you're staying on top of them, getting everyone up on time, getting that laundry done. So that takes another clothespin. And look at how full this is before we've even gotten to any of the extras that you think you should be doing, like keeping your house really clean, maybe having company all the time, maybe serving on the PTA, maybe starting your own business. Look, there is not much room. And if you try to start stuffing more in, it literally at some point isn't going to work. Not only are you going to feel a little bit chaotic, it's not going to work, and clothespins are going to start to fall out the bottom. There is no other way that that is going to go. Versus, let's say that you're pretty stable. There's no major life decisions coming up that you need to make. You are already in a good, solid routine for managing your home, that's only one clothespin. You don't have any chronic conditions. You don't have any of those other things weighing on your mind. This is how much space you have for those extras. So to me, that really explains why different people can get different amounts of things done, and why it is always somewhat foolish to compare ourselves to others. And I know we could probably make an entire video on that subject. That's never a good idea, but even if you did, it explains why some people are able to quote unquote accomplish more than others. And it doesn't mean they're really accomplishing more. It just means that you aren't giving yourself credit for the things that you actually are accomplishing, because maybe they're just not as noticeable. And it also explains why, for me and for you, maybe at different times in your life, you've been able to juggle a lot more things and juggle them well. And at other times in your life, you just don't have the bandwidth to juggle all of those things. So where does this leave you? If you totally agree and you're like, well, how does this help me? Let me tell you where this leaves you. So number one, I think just understanding this is really, really helpful. Otherwise, I think you're just gonna constantly be trying and failing. So just recognize and understand. Number two, I want you to give yourself the credit that you deserve. I don't want you to go to bed every night feeling guilty and feeling like a failure. And I think when you recognize that a lot of the things that you may have going on require clothespins, mental energy of you, then you realize it's actually unrealistic for you to expect to maybe keep your house spotless and take up a new hobby and exercise every day and start a new business. That just may not be the time or season for that, and that's okay. So I want you to really let go of the guilt, because here's one other thing that happens. That guilt starts eating up clothespins. It really does. So the guilt you feel over not being able to get everything done, it makes it even harder to get things done. So we want to let go of that and recognize that. And then lastly, think about ways that you can remove some clothespins. Now, one way might be that you have some commitments that really aren't serving you. They're not that important to you. Maybe you have a hobby and you're like, I don't actually get that much joy from this. It's stressing me out, and you can just quit that. Do those things. Definitely declutter your time if that's something you're able to do. Now, you may have decluttered as much as you think you can. And once you get there, think of some other ways that you could reduce the energy that things require. The number one way that you can do that is by making a habit out of something. So if you feel like your laundry and getting dinner on the table and keeping your house from looking like a total pig pen 24/7 is requiring tons of energy, you can systematize that and make that into a habit. And then while it will still take some time, there's no magic way to do it without time, it won't take nearly as much of your mental energy. So you can take 5 or 6 or 7 clothespins down to just one. It won't happen overnight. It will take some time. I highly encourage the building of habits. I use my planner that helps me keep on track of doing one habit a day until that feels natural. So when I first pick up a habit, let's say it's doing laundry every day, that takes a lot of energy. It takes some self-discipline. I don't really feel like putting on the laundry first thing in the morning. I'd rather sleep in. I would rather leave those clothes to fold till the next day so I can catch up on some movies or just relax. That takes mental energy. But as I do it day after day, I check that box off in my planner day after day after day. Sometimes it takes 20 days. Sometimes it takes 2 months. Sometimes it takes 3. That becomes second nature. It's what I do, and I don't have to think about it anymore. And that frees up my mental energy. So again, it will take time, but there is a way where you can systematize some of the things you do on a regular basis, and it'll require less energy of you, and you'll be freed up to do other things. So I hope this concept has really helped you. If you want to check out more, definitely click the links down below. You can check out our planner, which kind of builds the system into it. And we also have an ebook that talks a lot about the overall way that you can manage your time to get more done, and not just get more done, but experience less stress and more peace in your day-to-day life.